What's up, guys? All right, we're actually going to jump into coding this time for the 8s app. I made the plan last time, a little architecture plan, just some preliminary thoughts on database schema and what we need to store and how to do this kind of thing. So let's jump into coding. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to just create like a view with some numbers and text on it that will later become the main view, right? And then put like an overlay where you like have to enter a password and then it checks it against that, what the user entered against the actual password. And if you got it right, then it dismisses the overlay. And that way it'll be like a little de facto login. So let's do that, and then I'll also try to get the Dynamo stuff working. Yeah, because I want to learn how to do Dynamo and Swift. So we'll try to do those two today. I'm trying to work for maybe like an hour and a half, take a little break, maybe I'll come back. So we'll see. By the way, we got the NASA hoodie, the nerdy NASA hoodie. So we're locked in. Okay. All right, so we got Dynamo open. I'm just gonna start Googling stuff. Swift UI. I guess we should just do let's do like grid layout. Like, what's the Swift equivalent of a CSS grid layout? Oh, they have a grid. Okay. That's cool. Container view that arranges other views in a two-dimensional layout. Grid row. All right, let's try this. All right, let's try it. VStack, image and text. So let's actually try this. What does this do? Preview. Nice. Okay. All right. So we'll go David, and then we'll say Greg, and then me. By the way, go check out my first video, but the app that we're creating is basically taking this data. It's a log of all the games that me and my friends have played in 8s, which is the Game Pigeon iMessage extension. And we record, the games that we've won, scoreboard stats, how many we've won, each person has won, how many they've, gotten 3 games or less, all total games won, just kind of interesting stats. So we're going to, create an app to display that. So yeah, we'll have David, Greg, me. This will be like the main, stats, crowns, sombreros, total wins, games, 9s. I guess we'll add those in as well. And then, advanced stats as well. That'll be available upon expansion. So let's see. So David, Greg, me. What I want is, I don't want like that. I want columns. I guess I want columns. Grid, columns. Okay, let me read about this. Oh, I see. Got it. Okay. So let me do this. Let's do David, Greg, me. Add a divider in here. Oops. Wrong copy and paste. Okay, and then the last one will be we're just going to hard code the data as it currently exists right now, and then we'll, eventually the next step will be pulling from Dynamo. So 25, 23. So 33, 25, 23. 33, 25, 23. Okay, so yeah. Crowns. And then we'll have like a main like text that says scoreboard. Turn my phone on BND. Yeah, so text, and then maybe we'll add like a space right here. Is that how you do it? Oh, that's way too much. We don't want that. Swift UI add spacer, only small amount. I love Googling just stupid stuff and then having it give me a correct answer. Min length parameter with a frame modifier. Oh, min length 10. Okay, let's try that. Does this work? What the frick? That didn't do anything. I'm making a fixed size spacer. Hacking Swift. Hacking Swift. I love this blog. Okay, frame height. Okay. Yeah, the only thing is, like, I don't like doing this because if you get into like pixels or like exact specifics, it just feels like weird, you know? Like you're gonna mess up the layout, it's gonna be wonky, you know? But whatever. So let's say we'll do that. Text, style, bold. We'll try this. Again, I'm just playing around with stuff here. Dot font. How do you do size? Font weight. Is it size? Text size. Yeah, this is, I have not done enough Swift to have this be second nature. I could look through my old code or something, but system size, weight, yeah. Ooh, design serif. Yeah, maybe I'll change the font. We'll see. Monospace. Let's try this. I like this. Dot font weight heavy. Okay, let me try this. Spaced, yeah. And then we'll do dot font weight, dot heavy. There you go. And then let's try to make this a reusable component, just because let's say that we want to change the font, because I'm going to, design this and then, play around with the UI eventually. So SwiftUI make text a reusable component. Oh, custom view. Okay, let's copy this. And we're going to do this. We'll have, so we have our tests. I've never written tests again. I'll do that later, but oh, that's a horrible name. 8's app. Okay. So let's create a new folder within here. Usable components. And then create new file called UI components, I guess. I don't know. Copy that in. So then this should be, this is what I want. Text. Take that out. Cannot find type of view in scope. Yeah, I think you need like a class. I think you need like, oh, maybe you just need to import SwiftUI. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, nice. Okay. Style text. This then will be styled text scoreboard. Oops. Okay, that's done. Nope, it's not done. Oh, you gotta add this. Nice, okay, yeah. And then this will be styled text. Add these in here. And then let's also add a size. So let's say like let font size equal, oh, my speaker turned off. How did we do this? Here we go, yeah. System body. So I think it's this. I think it's size 18 design. Right? Size 18, weight, regular design. Yeah. What did I do wrong here? Oh, I think it's just the body. Let me do this. heavy here. Okay, so this should be regular. And then bless you, thank you. Size is what we're passing in. Text is text, and then CG float. Okay. Let's get that open. Swift UI, create CG float. You just pass this in. So I'm going to do this. Let's do double, and then this will be CG float font size. Will that work? That works, okay. And then we also want let is bold is a bool, and then weight that will be is bold. If it's true, we'll do dot heavy. Otherwise, dot regular. I think that works. Okay, so then here needs to be this. We'll do like 20 and then true. This will, yeah, that's what we want. And then here we will have this. And let's make these a little smaller, like 16, 16, 16. And then these will be 16 as well, and is bold will be false. Let's try this. See if that renders. And I don't know what's wrong with you. Nice, okay, cool. So yeah, that's just kind of a basic thing. We'll obviously update this, but now I want to do an overlay. Because we want to have that login. So let's see, Swift UI, add overlay. And then we gotta have show overlay, like show the overlay whenever. Right on the V stack or the view, I don't know. Let's try this. Overlay, text overlay, align at bottom. Add overlay covering entire screen. Full screen cover modifier. Okay, yeah, I guess so. We should create another view to be the overlay. Like a sheet, maybe? I don't know. What is this guy doing? just say add sheet overlay. I guess we can just do, we can do this, right? We'll do let's create another view. Let's have our views here. So we'll say new folder, views. We'll move content view in there. I actually want to call this MainView. Where's refactor rename? Oh, you're gonna do it. It's weird in Xcode, isn't it? I think somewhere. Here you go. It's refactor rename to MainView. Nice. Okay, there. Cool. And then this will be new empty file password view. And this will be, we'll just copy some of this just so we have something. Okay. Not main view, but password view. We're going to preview password view down here. We're going to have text saying, please enter the password. And then we're going to have not a grid, but just a text field. Saying enter password. What's wrong with this? Oh, I think this is it. Try that. Oh my god, okay, come on. UI, text field. Yeah. Enter password, text field, text is username. We just want this to be password, and then say let password. Well, how do we declare it up here? I guess, yeah. Do this string. Right, you can have, that's the password that the user enters. Did we not just declare it? Oh, it's got to be a state variable, right? I don't know if y'all can hear that ambulance back there. There's 15 ambulances per night. It's crazy. Okay, yeah. And then we will say, now we need to say like, if the password equals whatever we want, eventually we'll add it to secrets manager. then we will dismiss the sheet. So let's do this. Let's say dot sheet we want it to be like on up here. Toggle appearance. It's like is presented, isn't it? I think it's is presented or is showing. Yeah, is presented. Yeah. So this needs to be, we need to have is showing login, which should be true to start, and then we'll have the sheet down here saying is presented. Is presented is based on is showing login. And then, yeah, the text will be just the password view. And we need to declare the password view, I think, up here as well. I don't think it's content, I think it's just this. Let's see, main view, please enter the password. Yeah. Okay, cool. It's showing login, so that's good. Now we need to have a way to enter it and then dismiss the sheet, right? So turn this to false. So do I pass pool from one view to another? And again, I've done all this, but I forgot how to do it, so I need to have it be second nature here. Yeah, published var. Okay, published var. And then the other one is observed, and then sheet triggered in one view based on published variable. Published variable should be set public to set, and the binding should be provided for the model. Yeah. Okay. Published in state object. I don't want to create a view model just because there's not. I'll create a view model for main, but not for the password view. Like it is literally just checking the passwords. I guess we could create a view model for that, but like I feel like we don't need it. So yeah, so the view model, right, or state object should present sheet is true. Sheet view. And in the sheet view, yeah. When the sheet is dismissed by dragging it down or programmatically. Oh, I guess, yeah, you could just drag it down, couldn't you? That's the problem with the sheet. Yeah. Okay. So do I use sheet to log in? Don't drag down. And track dismiss disabled. I don't know. Like I guess you don't have to use a sheet, but we'll do that later. Right now, I just want to do. I don't know what I should do. Overlay, sheet, something. So do I sheet or overlay or login? I don't know. Okay, we'll go with it. Let's just get the logic down first, the password logic down first. Published variable for sheet being dismissed. I guess you could also just do could you change this from a different view? All right, let me open up my other repo and see how I did it there. So for this, like, let's see. I guess we'll just do like dot sheet as presented, the view, right? And then in party search view, I guess that's a bad example. We'll do the add food view. Is presented add food sheet, right? And then in here, I said once you do that, showed food error alert. Show add food view is false. Oh, binding, that's how we did it, binding, okay. And then show add food view is, okay, let me try this. So let's do, yeah, that's that. And then in here you have binding add food view. Okay, yep. So this would be show is showing login, right? And then in here, we say like, is presented, then show that sheet, and then in the sheet, once we're done, we say show add food view is false. And obviously this should be in a view model, but yeah. Okay, cool. So then we need to add like a button here with some logic. This will have a text field under password, and then we'll have a button. And we will say if password equals password, then dismiss, else we'll have an alert that says try again. Okay, so this needs to be is showing login is false. Actually, yeah, we can't preview it. Okay. If password equals password, is showing login is false, else just like, let's do print wrong password right now. That's the button, text field, spacer. if we didn't have the binding? Let's just test the UI real quick. It's showing login here. Bool. Okay. And then, yeah, we don't want it to be private. Try that. What's wrong? Oh, here, yeah. Pass in that as whatever we have for it, which should be true to start. And then the password view should just say print correct password. So let's see. Wrong. Submit. And where's our console? Wrong password. Password. Submit. Okay. Yeah, I think this needs to be this. Swift UI. Actually, we want to keep that. Well, no. Swift UI. Check if state variable is certain string. Some string. Check if value of text field matches string. User input, text field, yep. If user input equals that. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think we got it right. I think it's just case sensitive, probably. So clear this console. If we do capital, it's wrong. But if we do lowercase, hey, I want to do lowercase. What the hell? Try that. Paste it in. Really? Are you kidding me? Okay, let's just do this. That's wrong. Password is correct. Okay. And then this should be in here. Is showing login, and this is the. So now we get into this thing of we're updating that. And we don't care about the preview here. That should be it. Update is showing login. And then this should dismiss. Password. Boom. Nice. Okay, done. Okay, cool. So there we go. We have our login, And obviously we'll add to do store and secrets manager. Yeah. Okay, cool. So under the password, and then we want to make this, we also want to add that not dismissible. Don't drag down. Interactive dismissal disabled. Okay, so then in here, we add it to the VStack, I believe. No errors. Let's try to run this. I cannot slide it down. Perfect. Okay, cool. And then if it was commented out, then I should be able to slide it down. Nice. Okay, cool. That's a cool little thing that I learned today. All right, so we've got our login sheet. We've got our dummy data here. So, and then if we just want to preview it without that, then it should just show that. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay, so now let's do the hard part of connecting to Dynamo, reading in some data, storing it as, storing or displaying it in the view. So we're going to need to create a MainView view model to pull that data. So I'm going to store it next to the views. I don't want to create a separate folder for the view models. It's just easier for organization, I think. Or at least as it's been told to me. MainView view model. Not the best at naming things, honestly, but what are you going to do? We've got MainView view model and 8's app. Okay. So let's look up SwiftUI read from Dynamo. Swift packages the package dependency. Okay, this is going to be a little difficult. Avoid embedding sensitive credentials directly in your code. Okay. Yeah, so we'll have to set up secrets manager. Create a class. Sessions, data, logic here. Okay, cool. Before we jump in, I'm going to go grab a snack. Okay. Let's just do get item. import and then manager. All right, let's just jump in and try it. We need to configure AWS credentials and region to interact with DynamoDB. File, Swift packages. Oh. Add package dependency. Add package dependencies. Here you go. SDK for Swift, AWS, yeah. Add package. Lovely. I guess we can do some research in the background while this is adding here. So yeah, configure it. I don't know how to configure it. Swift UI configure AWS credentials, not in code. Be like environment variable or config file or something. Show your credentials file. Oh, I don't want to do a backend. Yeah, I don't want to do a backend. Okay. Yeah, I might have to I might have to set this up off stream just so you don't see my password, stuff like that. I guess we can just do like oh my god. Read from Dynamo. You change a publish property to trigger an update. Yeah, the sessions data. Okay, so that's maybe I'll search sessions data. I mean, should I have an API that calls Dynamo or call it directly? I don't know. Maybe I will have an API. I don't know. I'm communicating directly to my Dynamo database. This is the proper way to go around getting data from my database. Function where I can query my Dynamo database to return a result. Okay, maybe I need to go back and rethink this. What is the best way to read from DynamoDB in an iOS app? I really should ask chat. And Lambda. There's the SDK for iOS. Create a class to encapsulate. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think you can do it directly, right? Like create a class. Scalable service and standing up another server. Yeah, this is not like, it does not need a Lambda. It does not need complicated business logic. It's literally CRUD. Or, right, we're inserting, it's going to be update item and get item. Like, that's it. So I really do not want to go through all the infrastructure of setting up a backend for this. Amplify. Oh, I don't want to do amplify. So we'll say, so do I set up DynamoDB SDK? How's it looking here? 38%. Let's go to Mac, use a Swift, yeah. In Xcode, set these variables by editing your run scheme under product, edit scheme, and run phase. Okay. Product scheme, edit scheme in the run phase. So that's just like setting a command line argument when you run it. Okay. Session token. Oh, okay. So this is like doing AWS configure, getting all your stuff. Okay, got it. Manage DynamoDB operations. But also, wouldn't I have to set those every time? Like if the app is on the App Store, right? How am I gonna? Am I asking a dumb question here? Like if the app's being used, then are we gonna have to update those credentials every time they expire? It's a dumb question, but like I don't know. Let me ask ChatGPT here. While this loads, we're done with grid. We can close that out. Close that out too. Okay, let me ask chat. If I want to make a call to DynamoDB from my iOS app using the AWS SDK for Swift, how would I set my credentials to authorize me to interact with DynamoDB? Also, wouldn't I have to refresh those credentials every time they expire? How does that work when the app is published to the App Store? Okay, so we'll see what chat says. Saying use Amazon Incognito for authentication. I don't want, like, you know, identity pool incognito. Yeah. Set up the SDK. Set up credential provider. Identity pool ID. Do not hard code AWS access keys in your app. Yeah. But Cognito, like I don't want to sign up with email, you know? Like I don't want me, David, and Greg to have to sign up. And assumes a role in AWS with the permissions. Yeah. So maybe it's saying like have a user for the app. Is that what it's saying? And then the app gets to log in. Authenticated users. Okay. Set up credential provider in Swift. Cognito identity credential provider. Identity pool ID, you set that. Region, client. Okay. That's the case. Run up the track expiration. Do I have to use Cognito? don't want the app to have users and have them sign up with an account, or do I just need to create an account for the app? Temporarily, you don't need to use Cognito user pools, but you do need to have a way to securely provide temporary AWS credentials. Cognito identity pools comes in. Okay. Use an unauthenticated identity from Cognito pools. Okay. Create a new identity pool. Enable access for unauthenticated identities. Set IAM role for unauthenticated users. So you attach a policy on the table. In your iOS app, you still have the credential provider and the Dynamo client. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, and is it safe to store the identity pool ID? In the code? Okay, cool. Okay. All right, so let me try that. So let's see, where are we at here? Choose package products. I just want Dynamo. Maybe it's DynamoDB. I want that. It's app. And then I also want Cognito, apparently. Cognito identity provider. Looks like I want Cognito identity provider. Identity credential provider. We'll just add it anyway. We'll add all of them. Cognito sync, sure, we'll add that. Okay, let's just try that. Add package. Package dependencies, resolving those. Okay, cool. Okay, we got our dependencies there. So let's say, I don't know if we should have a Dynamo manager class, and then also a Cognito login class. I don't know. So those are the views. Let's have another folder called, not like backend logic, business logic. I don't know. And then once that loads, I guess it's still loading. Yeah, we will try to implement the code from ChatGPT to retrieve and refresh the credentials. But it does say go into AWS, so I guess we can do this here. Create an identity pool. Magneto. Let's see, identity pools. Create identity pool. Issue credentials to authenticated users from trusted internet providers. Anyone with internet access. Yeah, okay, so we want this. I think. When your app only presents your identity pool ID and a request. With guest access, your app can be a community path to non-confidential that aren't otherwise public. Okay, so I need to configure user access as authenticated access or guest access in the identity pool. So guest access, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so next. Oh, so here we go. So then, yeah, create new IAM role. Okay, let's see here. Set IAM role for unauthenticated users. Attach a policy to the unauthenticated role with just the permissions you want the app to have. Yep. View policy. Okay, here we go. View policy document. It's app role. I don't know. After you create your identity pool, add permissions in the console. Okay, so next, identity pool name, 8's app identity pool. So creative. Basic, activate the classical authentication flow if your app relies on separate API requests. No, it does not. Basic authentication is a legacy. You can directly with AWS, yes. Don't use it because I think that, yeah, that activates the ability to. We don't want to interact directly. Okay. No tags. Review and create. Okay, we got that. Got our pool ID here. This Xcode is business logic, so we're going to create a file called DynamoDB manager, and let's see, once we do that, I think we need to add the code to get the credentials. Well, first we need to go to IAM, I think. Let's not forget this. IAM. We have identity providers. Or maybe roles. 8's app role. Permissions, policies. Okay, add permissions. I guess. Create inline policy. Select a service, Dynamo. Okay. We want to be able to get item. And we want to be able to I guess delete item and update item. And I guess we'll do put item too. We're probably just going to use update item because that's an upsert, I believe. Let me see. Grants permission to edit existing attributes or adds a new item. Yeah, so I don't think we need put item. I guess we'll just do update item for now. Delete item, yes. We need to be able to delete stuff. Get item, yeah. And then, I don't think we need that. Resources, table. I don't have any tables yet. We'll just do all. Because we don't, actually, DynamoDB, open a new tab. Create table, enter table name. So this will be, I guess we'll do like game. Log. Game, maybe? Game logs. Partition key name is going to be game number. And that's going to be a number. Is number like an integer? DynamoDB number type. Integers is numbers versus strings. Yeah, this is what I want. Numbers are sent across. Update expression. Oh, okay. All right, we'll do number. Again, keeping it simple. Sort key. Allows you to sort or search among items sharing the same partition key. Well, we could do like date, like game date, because there can be multiple games on a certain day, a certain date. And then you sort by game number, but the game number should be the primary, I think. I'm just going to leave it as that. I don't care about this. Create table. Game logs. We'll wait for that. And then we will we'll do that later. Oh, active, cool. Okay. You know what? We'll go back because it's not gonna recognize it. DB. So what did we say here? We don't want a list. No one cares about that. Get item. Right, we said we're gonna do we're going to create the tables manually. We're not going to give it the ability to write a new table. Update item and delete item. Just making sure that we don't need any of this. Update table. Oh no, we don't need that. Put item we said we're not going to have. All right, specified table resource errand for the batch get item 47. Where's my table? I just made a table. Where is it? Dog, if you don't show me my table right now. Where the hell is it? Whatever. We're going to create multiple tables anyway, so. Next, policy name, DynamoDB, interactions, I don't know. Create policy. Okay, cool. So there's the roles for the 8s app. Okay, so let's look at this. What does this say? Just double check here. Delete item, get item, update item. All. Yeah, okay. We're good. That's what we want. Okay, so that's correct. We've now got a table in there. We've got our roles. It's coming together. Okay. Now the hard part. Okay. Please generate code for requesting the credentials from Dynamo in Swift. I already created a table, identity pool, and new role for the app. I added that. View model for DynamoDB access. Okay, yeah. Setup client. Okay, yeah. Okay. So import foundation, and we should be able to import our Dynamo now. Inverse DynamoDB. Import AWS Cognito identity. Okay, yeah, we're cooking. Okay, class, DynamoDB manager. Actually, I had chat generate this for me, so I'm just gonna go here and copy it. It's faster on my phone, but you know. Yeah, so we want this. Do that, take that down, change the name here. So status message, DynamoDB client, type region, yeah. Yeah, so this has some issues. So let's see. Identity pool ID is set here. Let's just go ahead and copy that over. Cognito should show us this. There we go. That's what we want. So this needs to be here. Okay. Region.useast1. Chat and we'll say it looks like there is an issue with this and attribute value as well as the region object. No, I'm not using amplify. Not yet, you natively support cognito identity pools. Request a cognito identity ID. Call get credentials for identity. Pass those credentials in the AWS static credential provider. So I have to make an API call. Legacy SDK, the new AWS SDK for Swift, which is pure Swift cross-platform and under active development. Still maturing, and some services require more setup than in the older SDK. Amplify framework. Yeah, Amplify just feels like cheating though. Like it does. I know it does it all for you. You have less control, and it just feels like cheating. Although, you know, some would say ChatGPT is cheating. Add these targets. Yeah. And then have Amplify update it. Use AWS for Swift URL. Import that. Okay. So if I wanted to go with this way, manually call the Cognito Identity API. To get those things, you pass those credentials into the static credential provider. Okay. Create helper to fetch temporary credentials. Region, ID payload, URL post, yeah, okay. Identity ID missing. Credentials. Yeah. Use those credentials in the AWS SDK. So it returns, what does this return? Oh, this is AWS temporary credentials thing. Okay. And then you say configure client, get the credentials, pass those in, try to create the client, and then, okay. Yeah. I guess I'll do that. I don't know. I don't want to use amplify, so. Temporary credentials. Identity URL, okay. Headers, get payload, ID payload. ID result, identity ID. If not, throw an error. Get credentials for identity. Okay, so you get the identity, then you get the credentials. Got it. And then you pass that identity ID. Okay, got it. Then you get your credentials. So where do I get my identity URL? Oh, I guess you just set it here. Where's identity pool ID used? I'm trying to understand this code. Oh, it's used in here. Get ID payload, get ID data. Oh, okay, got it. Okay. All right, let me try this. Because then we'll get the credentials. I guess they'll be like, I don't know if there's like a automatically refresh when they expire, or I don't know what's going on, but I guess we can do this. Oh, we need AWS core too. Okay, let me undo this here. File, add package dependencies. SDK Swift. Do I have AWS core? No. Let's do incognito identity helper. There's no way there's not going to be at least one error in here. Still processing. build you. Want to go faster? Build succeeded. That's weird. The worst part of programming, just sitting around waiting for stuff to build or run or test or anything. And this is the like not fun part to me. Like I wanna code the UI. I wanna get the data. I wanna move things around. Like, you know, like I've done backend work at work. You know, Go and Kotlin and .NET, C#, all that. Backend works fine. It makes things work, but you know, like it's not fun to connect to Dynamo. You know, but gotta do it, right? Gotta do it. And then once this runs, then we'll keep the simulator up and it'll run quicker next time. Is today the summer solstice? I thought it was always the 21st. Maybe I'm wrong. Huh. Central time. That's weird. Okay, see, that's not good. We don't want it to be, well, unless I commented that out. I think maybe, yeah, I did. Okay, let me try this. I'll run it again. What's wrong here? Oh, preview. I don't care. We don't care about preview. What? What's wrong? What do you want? Oh. Sheet. My bad. Okay. So we can go ahead and close this up. I hate when things run slow. All right, you know what? This is ridiculous. I'm not doing this. Now Xcode's about to crash. I'm not doing this. Okay, well, at least it built. At least it built. So our pool ID is that. Region. Cognito identity, region, alias. Okay. So let's see if we can actually hit this. Do we have Postman up? Let's get Postman up. Oops. Love signing up for things. That's such a petty move by me to name my account Fuck You. Anyway. Okay, here we go. So we want to call this, and the region is US East 1. Or it's just dot. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so that's the delimiter. So you just want to do this. Cognito identity dot. Okay. And then the body, I believe, is the pool ID. I think. So let's try it. And I think it is identity pool ID. Body. It's raw JSON. Identity pool ID. Send. Let's see what we get here. JSON. Oh, pretty JSON. This is still HTML here. What the? What the what? What is all of this shit? He gave us a 200, but okay, and then get ID data, identity ID. Where is this in here? No results. Send it again. Will it give me the same thing? That's so weird. Visualize as JSON. It's not even JSON. I don't know what the hell is going on here. Whatever. Okay, let's try it. And then we get that, return credentials. So let's say in here, or we'll have our views and the MainView view model. We'll have we'll call that and then print the credentials, right? Okay. So let me open up my other app again. View model. We just want this stuff basically. Yeah, functions. Okay. Aids app. Refresh function that goes there. This is called MainView view model. And we just want to get credentials. This can all go away right now. I need to call this helper ch equals new this. Is that how you do it? No. How do you do this here? View model. Okay. Requires that this conforms to observable object. I don't know if we really want that. We will say let creds equal this, or I'm sorry, ch dot get, or whatever the function is called, fetch temporary credentials. And then it's going to return this. Or you know what, we'll just say identity ID. Print creds. Let's just try it. And then in here, we will have our view model that we initialize. Yeah, this is absolutely killing me how slow this is. That's obviously because I'm streaming and, you know, I don't have a PC, I have a Mac, but, well, I mean, I like Mac, but, you know, I wish I had one that was more optimized for coding, not everything else. Okay. VM equals MainView view model. Oh, I guess I'll say view model. And then I guess we'll have like a button, just a test button here. Button connect to DynamoDB, and then we'll have viewModel dot get credentials, and that should just print this. After calling it. Let's try it. It'll build and run in 97 years. Static member fetch temporary credentials can be used. Maybe just not static. Ooh, that did not like that. What did chat say? Do all that and then do this in your Dynamo service. So you call it, you get the credentials. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do in the view model. Call it, get the credentials, use those credentials to configure the service. Okay. Static credential provider, what the hell? saying can't do this. Add async to get credentials. Oh, here we go. Okay. So we're waiting for it, and then yeah. Let's rename this real quick. I need a helper. I don't know what we need that for. That can go away. Wait, yeah, so let's say I'm trying what are these? Trying to down the line, trying to get the credentials in the main view model, which I will then print and trigger the function from my main view. It is saying headers thrown from here are not handled in the function. Do catch, okay. But that's just in the, oh no, okay, in a separate thing. All right, let's try it. Okay, credentials. And then in the main view, we will call this let's try it. Same. Copy the task. I mean, we could try it. We can certainly try it. I think offline I'm going to go learn about Swift concurrency just to make sure. Because, I mean, like, this is all great, but I want to learn A, how to get credentials from Cognito the proper way, and B, how to handle async functions in my view model and stuff. Okay, so we got our simulator here. Got our it's not working. Password. Okay, submit. Correct password. And now connect to DynamoDB. Failed to refresh credentials. Identity ID missing. Yeah. So that's good. Good. We're making progress. We're making progress. Because that's what I thought was going to happen. Because, again, when we did this here in Postman, it says we can't find the identity ID. And this is obviously, 33,000 lines. So what are we doing wrong here? Let's figure it out. So region US East 1, did we get that correct? US East 1, yeah. Payload identity pool ID, get ID data. Oh, it's a post. There you go. Well, that's our issue right there. Perhaps it is, knock on wood. Okay, not much better. Unknown operation exception. But it's a different error. That's good. Let's see. Let's see, Amazon, what does this mean? I'll look this up real quick. I try not to rely on chat too much, but I think embracing AI and using it to create is something every developer is going to need to know. It's just, I don't know enough Swift right now to pick out the flaws in the code that it generates. So I'm trying to be very careful, but I think if you use it correctly, it's good. So I'm trying to research this, Stack Overflow as opposed to just asking chat everything. Okay. Yeah. Content. Oh, okay. Content type. So we got to add add the headers here. That's right. Okay. Postman, headers, key 1 will be content type, and the value is this. And key 2 is this. All right, let's try that. Send, post, got everything. Resource not found. Identity pool not found. Okay. Did we copy over this pool ID correctly? I think so. Unless it's asking for the ARN, but I don't think it is. Looks good to me. US East 2? Oh, are we in US East 2? No, I want it to be in US East 1. Well, okay. Well, that's just dumb. But so this now needs to be in US East 2. There you go, identity ID. Okay, cool. So let's change the region here. And then I'll go offline and recreate that in US East 1. Just because, you know. Well, I guess actually I'm in Chicago. It's closer to US East 2. I guess I just kind of always default to US East 1. It's the most popular, and I guess most of the users, although, you know, I guess the users would be using it in Chicago, so maybe it's smarter. Password, submit, correct password, connect, credentials missing or invalid. Okay. All right. So it doesn't say identity ID missing. Now it says credentials missing. Okay, got it. So identity ID, I assume, is being set since it is doing all that. String identity URL, which is set up here. Right, so yeah, so the same URL. Post. HTTP credit header fields. HTTP body is creds data. What are we doing here? Creds headers, creds payload. All right, so let's do this. So now that we have our identity ID, and we'll put this somewhere. We want to run this. Same URL. Different headers. So go to headers here. Target is different. And I think the content type is the same. Let me just double check here. Yeah. Okay, identity ID is that. Yep, okay. So it is going to be this in the body. Okay. Post. All HTTP header fields, creds headers. HTTP body, creds data. Okay, I mean, let's try it. Okay, so it's generating there. So what's going wrong? What's going wrong here? Is it just failing to decode? Credentials as string any, and obviously these are gonna, you know, update by the time the stream comes out. So don't even think about trying to mess with my Dynamo table. Access key ID expiration. Secret key session token expiration. Expiration is a string. That's not a string. Secret key, string session token we got there. Secret key and session token we got. Access key ID we have, I think. Yep. Credentials, yep. Okay, so those are good. Expiration, string as a string, and then formatter. Okay. Let's see. I have a feeling it's something with expiration. because we are, I mean, it's a post. We set all this stuff, identity ID. I guess we can print it, right? Identity ID. Identity ID. And then I guess we can walk through it. I don't know. Let creds equal that. Cred response data. What if we just didn't do that? What if we just didn't set expiration? Yeah. So it's required. Maybe we can print the data. Print JSON. Let's see what we're getting back here. Okay, so optional credentials. Access key ID, expiration. Oh wait, this is, why is this not returning as a string? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I am testing the call to get the credentials in Cognito identity helper, and it is correctly getting the identity ID. However, when it calls and gets the credentials, it is failing to, what did I say here? So I'll close that down. Here is what is being printed as the response from the API, and here is the code. Why am I getting the error? Let's see what it comes up with. I think it's going to be formatting with either the expiration or the AWS access key. Yeah. Unix timestamp. Yeah. To a date using that. As a time interval. Okay. Do that, and then we'll say that expiration equal. Okay. Did it work? Oh, I think it did. Okay, sweet. Sweet. Okay. Awesome. So now get the credentials. And now what we can do is we can go back here and copy the code that we had that it generated for yeah. Okay, so blank that out. This is our new view model. Or I'm sorry. We want to end the DynamoDB service, which I guess we just uncomment this. Did I already complain about this? It is saying in my DynamoDB service that cannot find this or credentials in scope. Or this in scope. So how would I update my Dynamo service now that the credentials are being retrieved properly to make a put item call? We're getting close. Configure what? I did that. Didn't have import foundation up here. No. Check your package.swift or dependencies. .341, okay. And yeah, it's higher than 1. What else we got here? imported AWS DynamoDB. Package.swift. Where's package.swift? How do I see my package Swift file? Says I already have the AWS SDK Swift package. So why else could it not be in scope for the potentials and classes? So ensure the specific models are linked to your app target. Project navigator, project name, app target, okay. Oh, actually, sorry, I think it's this. I think it's talking about this. No, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I know what it's talking about, I just don't know exactly where it is. Preview content? No. No. Project name. I think no, yeah. Here we go, yeah, general, okay. So what did it say? Frameworks, libraries, embedded content. Frameworks, libraries, embedded content. Yeah, DynamoDB and AWS client runtime. Oh, that's not in there. AWS client runtime. Oh wait. Oh no, maybe not. Okay. Let's see. Now it should build, maybe, please, perhaps. Competing Dependencies. Nope. Product clean build folder, product build. See, it's clean. Clean's exceeded up there. Product build. Fingers crossed. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Get that dependency. Damn. Still failed. Damn. This and did a clean build and stuff failed. Build. Type initializers. Actual product in the package. Okay, let's try this. Shit. SDK is not hooked up correctly. Okay. Project target build phases. Target dependency 0 items. let's see. Build phases link binary with libraries. Okay, yeah, link binary with libraries. Okay, so it's in there. AWS client runtime, AWS DynamoDB. Actual product, make sure you see AWS client runtime.xc framework. I don't see that, I don't think. In my link binary with libraries, I don't see this. Or this. Or n.xc framework for any of the libraries I'm using. Let's target build phases. Yeah, I mean, I added it, but like, is that the XC framework? Add files, add package dependency. I feel like, I don't know. Or maybe I should add, oh no, this is the, I mean, I see the client runtime and other libraries listed, but they aren't written out as .xc framework. Yeah, maybe I will quit Xcode. That's a good idea, actually. Let me quit. And then reopen. I'll quit Postman too to speed things up. Unbelievable. Okay, I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go resolve this offline, and then I'll come back. And once I've got that put item functionality working, and I'll explain the solution that I figured out, just so the next session can be like interacting with Dynamo once we've had it connected and everything. And we can actually get into like coding stuff. So, yeah, thanks guys for following, and see you next time.